Hi everyone, it's Angela. Happy Saturday. Thanks for being here. I am going to talk about parallel realities, how easy it is to shift into the reality that you want. This is a great topic, a great video, so stay tuned for that. Guys, if you are interested in our free course, if you're interested in my course, Awaken to I Am, or if you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me, look in our description box. There are links for all of those things. So anything at all that you want to check out, just look down there in the description box and you'll find a link and it will take you to where you want to go. Okay, let's talk about this really exciting topic of parallel realities. So I want to say, first of all, that there are infinite realities that exist right now around any given subject, around any experience, around any circumstance that you are in. There are infinite versions of people. There are infinite versions of the way any situation can play out, infinite scenarios of what can happen, and they're all occurring simultaneously, right? And where we put our attention determines what shows up in the 3D experience. So when we collapse the wave and it becomes particle and we see it and experience it with our senses. So our attention is what aligns us with the particular reality that we want, or whatever, it's the reality that we're focused on. Sometimes it's not what we want because we tend to focus on something that's not favorable. But our attention is what aligns us with a particular reality around, anything at all that we are thinking about. So I like to think of parallel realities as lanes, like lanes on a highway. They're just infinite lanes, and we shift in and out of those daily, sometimes every minute, sometimes every second, based on what we're thinking. We shift lane to lane to lane. We shift states. Those lanes are different states, right? Constantly shifting based on our thoughts, based on what we're thinking around any given subject. Now, as soon as you think of a particular outcome, you are on the lane that aligns you with that reality. So you are in that reality, I should say. So if you are manifesting a person in your life, a romantic person, and you are not with them at this moment, but you are intending for the relationship and being married, and you put your attention on those things, you are instantly shifted to that reality. You are on the trajectory that's going to take you to that 3D experience. Now, the question that I get a lot with clients, and I'm sure everybody is wondering, well, okay, if we instantly shift, then why do we not see that evidence instantly? Well, the reason that would be is simply because you have a block or a limiting belief around that particular desire. Not a big deal. Usually any new way of thinking, any new scenario that you're creating, you're going to have resistance at first because it's not normal. It's not your normal pattern of thinking. So we have to get past those. And the way we get past them is just by putting our attention continually on the thing that we do want. It's like a counterbalance. You have your negative or your unfavorable story, and then the new story that you want. So the more attention that you put on the new story, you just tip that weight and you see it show up. It hardens or crystallizes into fact, as Neville Goddard says. So it's more attention that you have to put towards what you do want, and then you do see it show up. But as soon as you think about what you want, you are on that trajectory. You are in alignment with that reality. You have shifted into that lane of your desire. And all you have to do is persist in your attention and focus. And you're persisting not because you have to convince anybody outside of you. You don't have to convince anyone or anything that your reality or your choice for your manifestation is right or it's true, you only have to convince yourself. You only have to create that belief within that this new story is, in fact, your truth. So you are persisting so that you can impress your subconscious and you can create that belief within you that it is real. But it's no big deal in the beginning to not really believe in your new story, your new reality. But I want you to know that it's an instant shift. Just knowing that gives me a lot of faith and gives me a lot of confidence. Just knowing that I have instantly shifted into a particular reality keeps me focused easier, and I feel more empowered in that mental diet and keeping my focus in that desired outcome. You instantly shift into that lane, that trajectory that's leading you to your desired end when you put your attention on the outcome that you want. That is why the mental diet is really, really, really important, because you persist, you persist, you persist, and then you finally, tip the balance, tip the weight, and create a belief within so that you can have that experience. Another way that I kind of like to think about it is it's like you are on your life's journey, right? And you sometimes get sidetracked, when you're manifesting particular outcomes. Sometimes you spiral, sometimes you take little detours. But if you continually redirect in your journey to the things that you want, you will get there. So it's like if you say, we'll take the United States for an example. If you were up in the state of Washington, as far north as you could go in that state, in kind of a cool mountainous climate, a really mountainous terrain, but you wanted to go to a warm, southern, tropical, sandy, ocean, beachfront climate, say as far south as you could go to Florida, well, you would get in a car and just say you could just take a highway and go straight all the way down there. When you start out way up in the north, right, your terrain is not immediately going to change. The temperature probably isn't immediately going to change. Everything's still going to look mountainous for a long time, right? And you're going to just keep traveling and traveling because you know that you will get to that warm Florida oceanfront scenery if you keep traveling, that warm tropical climate. If you keep traveling from the north to the south, you know that you're going to get there. Sometimes you stop, sometimes you take a detour. You have to probably stop and stay in a hotel or get gas, but you get back on the road and you keep going on your journey because you know that's your destination. You stay in your lane on the highway that's going to take you from Washington to Florida. It's kind of the same thing when you are manifesting. You may take some detours, you may spiral, you may, your thoughts may go in a direction that doesn't really align with what you want. But if you redirect, you're just going to come back, get back in your lane and keep going. There may be things in your reality that do not look at all like you're going to get your manifestation. Just like the terrain in the state of Washington does not look anything like a beach terrain down in Florida. Totally different, right? So when you're manifesting, you may have evidence in your 3D that looks nothing like what you really want to show up, your manifestation. Doesn't matter. You tell yourself, I am in this lane that is aligning me with this reality. That is, my trajectory is going towards my desire. I am in that parallel reality in the moment that I think about that end. So you remind yourself of that and stay in your thinking, in your internal world, in alignment with that end. Doesn't matter what happens around you. Doesn't even matter if you take a detour, if you spiral, if you have your day, if you have your moment. You just get back up and you keep going. You keep redirecting yourself to your desired outcome. So guys, shifting realities is as simple as shifting your thoughts. That's it. You shift to the outcome that you want. You shift to the experience that you want. You shift and put attention on the version of a person that you want. You shift and focus on the version that you want of yourself. If it's health or weight loss or seeing yourself in a particular job. You shift when you think about the money that you want to have in your bank account. As soon as you put your attention on that, you are shifting to that parallel reality immediately. And so remind yourself that the more that you reinforce that thought, the more that you stay on your mental diet, the more that you think thoughts that align with that end keeps you in your lane and on the right path to get to where you're going. It's so easy to shift parallel realities. And I think sometimes we've made it a bit of a mystery and made it seem more difficult. So you shift as soon as you shift your thinking. And as soon as you shift your thinking, you are in the lane that's going to lead you to the outcome that you want. So guys, I hope that was very encouraging for you. Shift realities, it's fun. Jump in and have fun experiencing your desire internally now, knowing that it's going to come into the 3D experience. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Remember, if you're interested in our free course, my course, Awaken to I Am, or if you want one-on-one coaching with me, look in the description box below. Thanks.